do you remember about the 1985 Patriots? 40 years later, we're going back to tell the story of the first Patriots team to make it to a Super Bowl, a special team that blazed a pathway that we much traveled over the next 4 decades. Hear from the players and coaches, as well as the sounds from television and radio that define the season, as we uncover what made this a Patriots team to remember, even if they didn't win a Super Bowl championship.
Hector stopped by Tippett. Annihilated might be a better word.
Rolling out to the right side, avoiding the pressure. On the run, he throws. Complete for a touchdown. Lynn Dawson in the end zone. 6 points, Patriots. Touchdown, Patriots. Tony Collins. The Patriots have the lead.
I'm Mike Dussault, and this is a Patriots Super Bowl Sound Odyssey, 1985, Episode 4, The Spark.
This has been what's been plaguing the New England Patriots with all of their talent, all of their speed, and number 1 draft choices. They have been self-destructive.
5 games into the 1985 season, the Patriots were 2-3. A team with potential, but on a 2-game losing streak and at a crossroads after Andre Tippett's post-game tirade in Cleveland. The offense led the league in sacks and interceptions. The defense had just given up a season-high 447 yards to the Browns.
Raymond Berry for the Patriots admits, yes, our offense has been a bit too conservative. He hopes to shake things up today as well.
Yeah, it's unusual for a Hall of Fame pass catcher like Raymond Berry to be conservative. He's throwing the football with Tony Eason deep today, at least 4 or 5 times.
The Patriots needed a spark, and one would arrive in their next game.
In New England, this is fall foliage weekend. They take to the road by the thousands to look at the changing leaves. Although today, the weather may dim the view just a bit. And for those who have come in the rain to Foxborough to watch the Bills and Patriots today, they will be looking at 2 changing teams.
October 20th, 1985. For the second time in 4 weeks, the Patriots would face their divisional rivals, the Buffalo Bills. Since losing to the Patriots in Week 3, the Bills had fired their coach, subbing in former longtime Patriots assistant Hank Bulla, seeking a win as the team waited for future stars Bruce Smith and Andre Reed to lead them out of the doldrums. The sloppy conditions made it tough for both teams, and it was a turnover fest from the start.
Tony Collins out of the backfield, across the 45, loses the ball after gaining a first down, and Buffalo has recovered. Ferragamo under pressure unloads it, intercepted by Roland James of New England. James on the far side to midfield. Roland James hurdles alignment. Out of bounds. Garen Veras pushes him out. A 39-yard return off yet another interception of Vince Ferragamo for Roland James. Eason wants to put it up as he rolls out. Fires. Intercepted by the rookie Derek Burrows.
Wow.
Handoff up the middle. Bell lost the football. The Patriots say they have it. The officials concur. Eason wobbles one, intercepted by Charles Romes.
After the 2 teams combined for 5 first-half turnovers, Buffalo finally broke the scoring stalemate with a 47-yard field goal by Scott Norwood. The next possession would change the course of the Patriots season.
And grabbed by Lucius Sanford. That's the first sack of the day. Eason down to this 39. Eason picking up airline miles on that run and finally out of bounds to a chorus of boos. They'll be coming on this one. And they get him. Give that one to Toby Williams. Sack number 3. And he counts them out as well.
Sorry for the New England
Eason
Patriots offensive line.
may be hurt, and the crowd through the back door may get their choice of Steve Grogan if Eason cannot come back. Grogan starts to warm the hands on the far side.
Eason took 3 straight sacks, with the final one by future Hall of Famer Bruce Smith separating his shoulder. Enter veteran backup Steve Grogan, who admitted after the game he was unprepared to go in and fumbled on his first play of the game.
And Steve Grogan will start at his 30, and the cheers of the crowd as the likable veteran comes on for the first time since early last season. He was replaced during the Seattle game when the Patriots were trailing. Tony Eason led the comeback, and Ron Meyer made Eason the starting quarterback there on out. Here he comes, Grogan in his return. First down at the 30. He has not played since early last season in a regular season game. Tony Collins on the, and there's a snap, fumble.
The Bills have the football. And whether someone moved is debatable.
No signal yet. It was not a storybook start for the veteran. They're still fighting for the ball, and now the Bills have it.
In the second half, the Patriots' passing offense would suddenly come alive. With Berry allowing the vet to call his own plays, Grogan found a new gear for the offense, leaning on the second-year receiver, Irving Fryer.
Grogan throwing into those backs, completing to Cedric Jones to the 43. Jones is a guy who killed the Bills here a year ago. A 21-yard pickup for Cedric Jones. Grogan throwing for Fryer, a completion for another New England first down. Irving Fryer, watched by Rodney Bellinger, a pickup of 10.
We got to a point in that season where Raymond would give Steve Grogan permission to call his own plays. And Steve had the playbook down, he had memorized in his head for some reason, which was unbelievable to me.
The day Tony got hurt, Raymond said, I think our best chance for success is for you to call what you're comfortable with. And I went on the field and I did that, and I started getting the input from the guys in the huddle, and things just started to click.
So Steve would get in the huddle and ask us, well, what do you want to run? Well, I only want to run one thing, Steve. A go. Just throw me. He said, don't ask me, Urban, I know. So, Urban, go. That's what he would do. He'd get in the huddle. Urban, okay, I'm coming to you. And it's a go.
Steve Grogan directing the offense for the injured Tony Eason. Looking for Craig James. He's got him at the 11, at the 16, rather. Finally, something for Patriots fans to cheer about. 23 yards. This is the deepest New England penetration. Looking for Fryer.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Patriots. Grogan has done it.
Just a sensational catch. Irving Fryer has been getting better and better each week. Watch the bullet throw by Grogan. Bottom of your screen, a sprawling diving catch by Irving Fryer on the wet turf. New England has its first touchdown.
The stagnant passing attack came to life with 4 big passing plays. They continued through the second half, with the final score to put it away coming on a Raymond Claiborne pick 6.
First down Buffalo at their 22. Intercepted.
Claiborne.
Touchdown, Raymond Claiborne.
Grogan threw for 282 yards and a half and change of work, and the Patriots evened their season record at 3-3, surviving the winless Bills by a score of 14-3. With Eason expected to be sidelined indefinitely, the season was now in the hands of their 32-year-old backup, one of the core remaining pieces that had flirted with success in the 1970s.
I grew up and learned that playing the game, you had to be intense. And just because I was a quarterback didn't mean I couldn't be intense.
Grogan was no longer the mobile quarterback who could beat you with his legs, but his mind and arm developed, rounding him out into a new veteran version.
My running ability bought me time to learn the passing game. And when I started having knee problems, I was able to evolve into a pocket passer.
For the foreseeable future, the 3-3 1985 Patriots were Steve Grogan's team. Cedric Jones and special teams coordinator Dante Scarnecchia remembered a key Raymond Berry speech at that point.
We were 3-3, and I remember Raymond Berry coming in and drawing a Archer's target on the board. He said, well, when you shoot, what do you shoot at? And he put 3-3 up there. Everybody said, like the target. He goes, what about a target? And the guy's like, the target. He goes, no, you shoot for the center of the bullseye. And that's what we're going to shoot for the rest of the season. Each game is a boxing match, and right now we're 3-3. And then after that game, we went on a 5-game run, and it was just a remarkable season.
The point he made to the players was, what do you, when you see a target like this, what are you aiming for? And well, the natural thing, everyone would say, well, the bullseye. Well, really, he narrowed it down to the dead center in the bullseye. And that was his point. You have to aspire for the most you can possibly, the highest goal you can possibly reach, and that's to hit the dead center. And I think everyone took the words that Raymond said, to heart all the time.
While the Patriots at 3-3, having all kinds of problems offensively, Tony Eason, the starting quarterback who had been struggling, went down last week with a separated shoulder. And so the new man calling the signals, Steve Grogan, the veteran who is more of a gambler.
Grogan came in last week against the Buffalo Bills and led them to the victory. He provided a spark, a lot of leadership, and I think you're going to see a lot of new ideas on the Patriots offense here today.
Week 7. The 5-1 Jets came to Foxborough, fresh off a win over the Dolphins that had them sitting atop the division. Steve Grogan and the offense sputtered through the first half, but as would often be the case, things started to click late in the game. With it all tied up 6-6 in the fourth quarter, the Patriots' passing game broke out.
Saw the Grogan stats. He's only 2 for 9 in the second half. Has a third down, 11. Big play for Fryer. Touchdown. The Jets got caught. A 36-yard touchdown pass play. Irving Fryer.
The Patriots took a 13-6 lead, but the Jets immediately countered with their own first touchdown of the game, tying the game at 13.
First and goal from the 2. The Jets did not score in this situation last time they were there. Let's see the Jets indicating yes, it is a touchdown for Tony Collins.
Grogan's clutch gene kicked in as he led the 15th game-winning drive of his career, and the first of 3 in 1985.
Grogan able to give it away, has a man open. That's a touchdown-saving tackle on Stanley Morgan. 47-yard pass play, and we have seen a series of explosions here late in the ballgame.
Grogan would finish it off himself, doing it the way he had done so many times in his career, with his legs. He completed just 11 of 32 passes, but the Patriots got the win.
Second and goal from the 3. The keeper, and he does it on the bootleg. What a fake to Tony Collins.
The longer Steve Grogan is in this game, the more you can see his play calling coming back to him.
Pats had knocked off a very good Jets team, and at 4-3, with 2 straight wins, were back over 500. The next week in Tampa Bay, the team would reach new heights in a 32-14 victory. However, it didn't look great when Tampa ran out to a 14-point lead.
2nd and 9 at the Patriots 16. DeBerg to Jimmy Giles. The ball is loose. Roland James falls on it. The Bucs are saying touchdown. The Patriots say they have the ball. The signal is touchdown. Wilder over the top. Touchdown.
What an effort by James Wilder, Len. There was nothing there on the ground, so he literally took to the air. The Patriots don't like the call, but you can see it. An excellent shot there. Wilder cracking the end zone plane.
But New England stayed focused, chipping away at the lead as they compiled 420 yards of total offense. Running back Tony Collins led the way with 55 yards rushing and 109 yards receiving. It was a career day for Collins, while his backfield partner Craig James chipped in with 96 rushing yards of his own. The two connected on New England's first touchdown of the game, their second touchdown connection of the season. It was an unconventional approach to the running back by committee, but it was all starting to click with Collins continuing to pile up catches out of the backfield.
Looking to throw is Craig James. He's got Tony Collins. For the second time this year, Craig James throws a touchdown pass. The Patriots are within 2.
Craig James can do it all. He can run, he can catch, and as you saw here, he can throw the ball. For the second consecutive week, the Patriots use a trick play to get in the end zone.
James, the only player other than Walter Payton in the NFL to run, catch a touchdown pass, and throw one, and now he's thrown for 2.
All I want to do is win. So it doesn't matter. As long as I'm on the field and we win it, I can't complain about that. So I did catch a lot of passes that year. And again, like I said, you know, Craig's a great football player, and it was wise. And Raymond Berry, he was really smart with this. He had us both on the field at the same time because when Craig came in as a halfback, you know, I thought we'll be, you know, going in and out as halfbacks, you know, but you know, Coach Berry saw us being on the field at the same time as a better combination and as a better threat to other teams.
We kind of had our short yardage goal line package, which was Robert and Mosey. They'd come in, TC and I'd come out. We had certain packages that worked really well as a team, a selfless team. You know, you had to have that kind of mentality to make that thing work.
It was a lot of great moments, man. I think the one game, I think we played Tampa. Craig threw me a halfback pass, and Craig had a great game. And I don't know, we were in the end zone just fooling and clowning around because we were winning, of course. And I was just shaking my head and we were clowning around. And we always remember that.
Even the wide receivers like Cedric Jones could see how good the Patriots' ground game was.
Tony probably was pound for pound the best running back in the league. He could block, he could catch it, you know, he could throw it, he could do it all, you know. And Craig came in with elusiveness and toughness and power. So we had all the pieces to the puzzle with a tremendous offensive line.
DeBerg, sack, 2 points. Don Blackman, his second safety of the year. And now it's 32 unanswered points.
If you're a Patriot fan, you're mighty happy to see big Don Blackman back playing healthy.
Don Blackman's second safety of the season would help close out the Bucs as the 5-3 Patriots turn their sights to the Miami Dolphins, the AFC Super Bowl representative from the previous season, with a young quarterback in Dan Marino who was just starting out his Hall of Fame career.
The Patriots have been on the go, and the reason, Steve Grogan back at the controls.
Just the opposite of Marino. He's been out for a while, and he says the time away has allowed him to realize that he has to be more patient. Not always go for the big plays, but just call the running plays and then get the plays downfield and keep the drives going. He's more patient. Marino needs to be.
For the second week in a row, the Pats fell into a 2-score deficit.
Clayton had a step on Ronnie Lippett. First down at the 28-yard line. 39-yard pass play. Handoff goes to Davenport. Touchdown, Miami. 4-yard touchdown for Davenport. His 5th touchdown of the season. 26-yarder with Don Strock to hold. It's on the way, and it is good. The Dolphins have increased their lead. They're up over New England 10-0.
And for the second week in a row, they dig themselves out of it. Trailing 13-3 early in the fourth quarter, the 85 Pats came alive.
Pass going out to Collins. Collins is over the 30, 35, still going. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Glenn Blackwood and Jackie Shipp knocked him out. A 21-yard gain. And this one over the middle, complete to James. And James outside at the 45, the 40, down to the 37-yard line. And this crowd is fired up now.
Facing a 4th and 1 at the Miami 28, Barry and the Patriots offense stayed aggressive, calling a flea flicker that would result in New England's first touchdown of the game.
And here is a trick play, and it is a touchdown to Greg Hawthorne. Oh, the play on 4th down. And they're going wild at Foxborough.
The first score cut the lead to 13-10. Then the defense forced a punt, and Grogan went back to work.
Grogan on 1st down. A lot of time. Runs out of there at the 25, the 30, and he's got a 1st down.
Steve's from the old school now. He hasn't learned to slide. He still dives in.
And complete to Collins at midfield. 1st down. Jackie Shipp on the tackle. 14-yard pass play. And James breaks through inside the 40-yard line down to the 36-yard line. Grogan rolling. Grogan, touchdown!
With back-to-back touchdown drives, the Patriots took the lead, and the defense made it stand up.
Marino throwing, intercepted. It was Clayton who had it and lost it. And coming up with it is Roland James. That ball was in Clayton's hands as it popped out. There was Roland James.
Grogan orchestrated his second game-winning drive in 3 weeks, and the first fourth-quarter comeback of the season, the 10th of his career.
New England 17, Miami 13. Here in the mist, a magnificent victory for the Patriots. The final again, Pats 17, Dolphins 13.
The Patriots had a huge divisional win over the reigning division and conference champs, and were now 6-3, surging into the winter months.
And Raymond Berry is now 8-0 in his young head coaching career against the AFC East.
We were smart football players, smart, tough, determined football players. And so, we kind of willed our soul on that season, on those games. We knew that we'd have an opportunity, or we could create an opportunity to get the ball back and put it back in their hands, because we knew Grogan still had something in the tank. We knew Tony Collins. We knew with Hannah, Brock, Holloway, all those guys blocking on the offensive line, that we were going to give ourselves a chance to make a play. We had Stanley Morgan. We had young Irvin Fryer, Stephen Starr, Cedric Jones. We had all these guys that were they were capable of making plays.
The Patriots had won 4 games in a row, including 3 AFC East home wins over the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins that put them back into the playoff conversation. They'd pick up another division win the next week against the Colts.
Now, Steve Grogan, playing the last 4 ball games, but missing, 18 games prior to that. and has come back as a better quarterback than when he went away.
I think the self-evaluation and self-assessment has really helped. He is a lot more patient now, Charlie.
Despite their 4-game win streak, the Patriots couldn't help but fall behind again. But this time it was only a 6-point deficit. New England would quickly take control of the game with 6 straight scores. Stanley Morgan got things started with a 19-yard TD catch from Grogan. Then Irving Fryer showed the well-rounded threat he was becoming with a touchdown catch as well as a punt return TD in the third quarter.
Timing bad and left hand. Boy, it's there. Irving Fryer.
This is impossible to stop if he gets the ball up quick, high, and to the outside, and 80 Fryer makes the play, and the corner 38 could not recover. It was just excellent timing on the play on the part of the quarterback and the receiver. It's impossible to stop.
Ron Stark kicking to Irving Fryer. Fryer at the 23. To the 30. 35. Touchback. He's got it. 77 yards.
The defense picked up 7 more sacks as they continued to harass opposing quarterbacks at a high rate. Rookie Garen Veras had 2 of them.
You know, it's funny. I look back, say, man, all great guys. But I tell you what, once we got on the field, it was a different story. I mean, we love the physical nature of defense with Tip coming on the ends and Nelly leading the charge on defense, getting us in the right position. I still have nightmares about Nelly. Garrett, get your butt over here, in the right position. And, he would always get us there. He'd get everybody in position. And, Don Blackman, one of the most underrated, I think, football players that the Patriots ever had. I think he was one of the greatest outside linebackers that they've ever had, and really enjoyed playing with him. Fred Marion, so smart. And that's what it was. It was Rod Rust and his defense is what kept us together. We were all on the same page. We weren't always in the right position at the right time, but there was always somebody to compensate and be there and make big plays. So that kept us in a lot of football games. And, I think that's what, our specialty was.
Andre Tippett would record his third 3-sack performance of the season, moving him to 10 total.
Slips away from the pressure and cannot get away from the last man. And that was Andre Tippett. His pressure from the outside and the sack. For Tippett, that is his 3rd sack.
Tippett is at the top of your screen, and 84 Mark Boyer has to block him, and there's no way a tight end is going to block Andre Tippett.
Craig James recalled some epic battles with Tippett during training camp and knew firsthand what a devastating player the Hall of Famer was.
So Tippett, I'm so glad Tip, he really liked me, especially in 2 days. That way, when we did the one-on-one pass blocking drill, running back and a linebacker, the most idiotic drill ever. There's no threat of a run or nothing, right? It's a bad drill. all good for the linebacker. They don't have to worry about anything. They just blow you up. Tip would take it easy on me. And he would beat me, but it was just easy. So Andre Tippett was every bit as good as Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor lived in New York, and at that time with all that big New York media. But LT was a great player, similar size. You couldn't run away from him. You couldn't run away from Andre Tippett. Tip was a great player.
Ronnie Lepet would develop a special relationship with Tippett that started early on.
He's starting now, and I'm just getting there. I'm hearing about this guy, man, his karate and all this other kind of things and so on and so forth. And we're out playing basketball. And oh, my goodness, he stepped on my foot and sprained his foot. He sprained his ankle a little bit. I'm going, oh, my God, they're going to cut me. And for sure going to cut me now. But it was like a slight sprain, and he got better quickly. And he played so well, And he always called me his little brother. Now, you call me your little brother, that means I can get in trouble. So that means I can go pick any fight I want to. I got backup. So, man, having that is, let me tell you something. I got in a lot of fights. A lot of fights I didn't get a chance to get the second hit in because they come in.
But after the flag, then the fight ensued. More a pushing and shoving match than a fight.
There is no swinging going on. Everybody's holding each other back. Let me at him. Let me at him.
But don't let me go.
Right.
Well, I have to tell you, the linebackers in general, we just somehow we clicked and we made a bond, and we decided, from 82 on that we were going to do everything we could to be the baddest men in the room, the baddest men on the field. We were going to do everything to compete against each other. We were going to push each other. And, it was just like we did it all. On the field, off the field, if we decided to go out, we all went out as a group. We all came home as a group. Nobody got left behind. And it was just that camaraderie that pushed us and that love for each other.
Sam, New England has this victory wrapped up. How do you assess them in the East against the Jets and the Dolphins?
Well, their record in the AFC East is excellent. They have already beaten the Jets, and they beat Miami. So they're right now in the driver's seat. But November is very important if you want to stay home for Christmas in December, and you better not look ahead.
They have Seattle next week in the Kingdome, which is always a tough place to play Seattle. Boy, they are tough at home.
Week 11 saw the streaking 5 wins in a row Patriots team travel across the country for a rowdy matchup against a feisty Seahawks team. But once again, New England would have to find a way to come from behind late in the game. This time, the deficit was 13-7 as the fourth quarter started.
Rainbowed by Grogan to his running back, James, and it's 13-13.
The Patriots tied the game, and it stayed tied after Tony Franklin's missed extra point. But Seattle responded as Seahawks quarterback Dave Craig engineered a sustained drive that lasted 15 plays. They'd get all the way to New England's 7-yard line with just under 4 minutes to play, looking to break the tie and close the game out. That's when one of the key leaders in the Patriots secondary stepped up.
Craig deflected, intercepted by Marion. He might go all the way. He's got a whole crew of blockers. 40, 50, one man to beat. It's Warner. Out of bounds at the 15. Fred Marion. Oh my, talk about a turnabout of emotions in Seattle from near touchdown to interception return of 83 yards for Marion.
These New England Patriots just come up again with these late game heroics. That ball batted up into the air, and that's the old tip drill.
Ronnie Lepet highlighted the leadership that Fred Marion brought to the defense and his calming influence.
I remember one time I got so angry at this guy. He was trying to embarrass me in front of my grandmother. He was trying to make touchdowns and all these kinds of things. I'm like, man, my grandmother's watching. I'm going to eat you up. And he did something to me. He caught a ball or whatever. And I followed him all the way to his huddle. And once I got over it, I go, oh, God, what am I doing? I'm over here where they are. Thank God Fred came and picked me up and brought me back over to the other side, man. I'm like, thank God, Fred. I lost it there for a minute.
2 plays later, Grogan hit Fryer for a 13-yard touchdown to give the Patriots a 20-13 lead. The other great Patriots safety, Roland James, would add an interception of his own to close out the thrilling victory.
Do or die for Craig. Going to be intercepted by Roland James at the 43-yard line. Clock stops on change of possession. 8 seconds remain, and the Patriots can now show open celebration.
It was James's second win-sealing pick in 3 games and Grogan's second fourth-quarter comeback in 3 games. After 11 weeks, the Patriots were 8-3, winners of 6 straight with an unflinching total team effort that saw game-winning contributions in all 3 phases. But a major injury was about to strike. Next time on the 1985 Super Bowl Sound Odyssey, another quarterback injury forces the Patriots to recalibrate their season, just as the playoffs are coming into sight.
And Grogan was dumped hard on that play. Remember, he's got knee problems, has had a number of knee operations, and he is gingerly leaving the field. But that's something we'll have to watch.